Hello everyone, Dev Victoria is here and welcome to another video. Here I created a new document in Inkscape and I set the dimensions to 1962 and 1828, and then I'm going to import this image. This is a mural in the tomb of Nabamun in Thebes-West. Currently this is in the British Museum. And in this mural, there is a hunter, and this is what we are going to draw in this video with Inkscape. And I choose this because the Egyptians doesn't really consider the depicting the shadows of an image, and therefore they are using very stylized images. And I thought that this would be quite a good subject for an easier tutorial. Here I'm just using the pencil tool and to draw the outlines of the body and the face. This video is sped up by 10 times because I tried to create a shorter video. And after I drawn it, I used the simplified path effects. You can find that menu in the path effects menu item, and you can choose the simplify path effects. So here I'm just using the node tool to correct the path for the shape of the body. This is like nothing fancy. For you can drag everything. If you need a new node, you can just double click on the path and you can change the node type. On the top, in the top row, there are some buttons with some pink controls on it. You can change the node type with those. Here I am working on the adjusting the contour of the head. Again, the same thing, just the node tool. And I wouldn't mind if the head is overlapping the hair, because that part is going to be covered, so the hair is going to be on top of the head. Now I am creating some divider lines for this white, whatever this is, on the body itself, and I am going to use the shape builder tool to cut this apart. Same for this chest decoration thing. And I created a shape for it with the shape builder, and also these are some kind of cuff bracelet kind of things. And yet again, I'm going to apply the shape builder. Here I didn't notice that the shape builder hasn't created all the shapes that I needed. And I am also creating some extra shape for this white cloth that this hunter is wearing. And here I am going to create the shape of the hair. And yet again, pencil tool adjusting. And this is this hair decoration things or whatever. I have no idea what this is. or maybe just the braided parts of the hair that hangs around, which was a common hairstyle among the Egyptians. Here I am creating the eyes and the eyebrows. And yet again, I'm going to use the shape builder tool to create the central part of the eyes, and I mean the pupils and the eyebrows too. Here I am creating this thumb. I'm not going to draw every detail of this image, but I try to cover most of the important shape. Try to include the most important shapes. Here I am going to create some divider lines for the shape builder tool so that I can create the stripes of these chest decoration things. And I am just duplicating the path and adding the offset effect, and then I'm flattening those and adjusting the newly created lines. And I'm adjusting the overall shape of this chest plate, whatnot. This is a common decoration that was used in Egypt, and I used again the shape builder tool to get the stripes for it. And here I'm adjusting the colors. I wasn't really pleased with those. Uh, I think later I'm going to get back to it too, and I'm creating these decoration shapes for this chest thing. And yet again, I am doing the adjustments for those. And creating some nice color for the strokes. Here I am trying to do some better colors for these stripes. I'm using the view outline mode switch. In the view menu, you can switch which way you want to view the image. This is important that there is a setting in the preferences for the images that they are preserved in outline mode. This is important that is checked in the preferences. And here I'm going to use the shape builder for these cuff things again, because now I'm correcting my mistakes that I made earlier, and I'm adding a white stroke to these parts, because it seems that in the original image they have some white outlines. Some of these I'm just kind of improvising because this is a mural and quite old, so it isn't necessarily in the best shape. So here I am creating the outline for the eyes, and I'm adjusting the fill color for these hair parts. I deliberately didn't use black, just some really dark brown, because the black might have been unnatural. So here I am copying the body, and then there is an edit paste style. So if you are copying an object to the clipboard, you can paste only the style of that object to another object. So in this way, you don't have to adjust everything manually all the time. Here I am creating the lines for this white fabric that this guy is wearing. I am not going to create all of them, just that is mostly visible. I mean, the faint ones I haven't created. Now I'm adjusting the color and the width. This is important that when there is an outline and a fill, the stroke is always at the outline of the shape, and half of the width is kind of outside and half of the outline width is kind of covered with the fill. And therefore, if there is only a stroke for an object, it has to be set half of the width to kind of match what is visible in this object. It's kind of interesting that the Egyptians didn't really do shadows, but yet in the nose, in the nostrils, I believe this is how it goes, and some other parts in this body, there are some shadowy thing or some lines that indicate some shadows, which is, I find that very interesting, that at least every now and then there are some lines that indicates some shadows. Here are working on these plants. These might be lotuses if I'm correct. First I thought that I'm going to make those in one big shape, but then I kind of changed my mind and I started to do them all separately. First I'm starting adjusting the left hand side shape. And again, I'm going to create some lines for the shape builder tool. Here I forgot to create one line, but I'm going to do that later, right here. Yet again, I had some problems with the colors. Later I'm going to change those and adjust them. And then I decided that probably this chest thing is inspired by the color of the flowers. So I just take the colors from that object. And now I decided that I'm going to break apart this shape. So if you are want to break apart a shape, you select the nodes and then click on the break apart icon in the top row, and then you have to click on the path break apart menu, and in this way you are going to get the separate objects, and then you can delete what is not necessary. Here I'm going to create yet another lines for the shape builder tool to get these different areas. And the shape builder tool is apparently doesn't work if the shape are not closed. So that is the reason why I had some problems with the stem of this plant, which I'm going to adjust later. And I'm also breaking apart the contours because it seemed to me that one part is this dark brown color and one part is a dark green color. These are going to be all beneath this chest decoration thing, so I don't really have to worry about much of the line endings and stuff. And here I'm going to create some objects for the contours of this left hand side plant. I like that round shape for the lines, and here and there I needed some adjustments to make sure that they are appearing correctly. Here again, the process is the same. I'm going to create the basic shapes and then some extra line for the shape builder tool. And if you are using this method, every now and then it's practical if you are creating copies for the original background shape, because sometimes there are some thin lines between at the barrier of these shapes, and also if you have like a large shape beneath everything, then those lines are not going to be visible. And so I'm just playing with the shape, creating these lines for this V uh, front parts. Here the shape builder did some funny things, so I just deleted some nodes and adjusted this middle part as well. When you are creating this type of drawings, it's very practical to figure out in one order the shapes are going to be on top of each other, because obviously you don't necessarily have to be always precise with the shape of the bottom part objects. So here I am going to break up the contours so that the contours are appearing only when they are needed, and adjusting the contour lines. Here I'm going to create these smaller lines that appearing at the end of this plant. And I am adjusting these lines. And it's also helpful every now and then to check the outline mode, because in this way you can make sure that is correct. Like for example, this end didn't have this green outline at the bottom of this plant, so I had to delete it. And again, I readjusting this line was these lines because I wasn't pleased how they look. They are looked more uniform in the original image. Here I am going to create this other part of the plant. I'm going to use uh, an interesting trick. I'm going to create uh, all of these lines 2 times. I mean, creating once and then just copying them. And I'm going to add a thicker stroke to the bottom ones and a thinner stroke to the uh, upper parts. In this way, I can create some interesting effect with some pretty basic shapes. Here I am going to separate this thumb from the body and add this arrow thing. First I was first I thought that this is kind of a snake, but then probably it's just the uh, paint is missing from this, so I am going to keep this all dark green, and I'm going to correct this here by merging some nodes together, and I'm going to put this in the right place. I'm going to add these shadows that is on the body here, and I'm going to set up a clipping path because I didn't really want to convert this to a path. I prefer them keep in stroke, but it seems that they are kind of limited, I mean by the body obviously. Here I try to adjust the bottom of the feet. Here is the finished result, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what you think about this video, and see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.